Alright guys, it's time for the Wolfman. This is made in 1941. Lon Chaney Jr. as Lawrence Talbot, the Wolfman. His dad is Claude Rains as Sir John Talbot. He was also the Invisible Man. And I think he was Phantom of the Opera too.
I heard that movie was really good.
Which one?
The Invisible Man?
Dude, it's amazing.
Really? How come we're not doing that one? We'll do it later.
Well, we'll do it, just not this month.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Unless you want to watch 47 movies.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. We gotta space it out. We'll do it in November. The bastard child of the Halloween season.
The whole script was actually different from the script you see in that movie. In the original script, Larry's whole transformation was supposed to be ambiguous. Like, the actual wolf was never supposed to be seen except through like his eyes. In one scene at the end of the movie, he walks up to a pool and he sees a reflection and it's a wolf, but that's still supposed to leave you to wonder whether that was in his mind or reality. You know, you never know, because remember how they keep on saying it's a disease of the mind?
Mm-hmm.
And that doctor even says, I believe in a man's own mind he could become anything.
Right.
So that's what you were supposed to get. And then the studio just decided to give people what they want. They want monsters. Some part of that leftover script is in the movie, because if you notice, the way this works is Larry takes Gwen to that fair with all the weird gypsies and stuff, and when he's attacked by a wolf, it's just a regular dog, like a four-legged wolf.
Like a wolf, right.
And that's just a leftover from the original script, because how could Bella be a full wolf when he becomes a wolf man?
Mm-hmm.
And Larry is walking on two legs with shirts on and shit.
Become a wolf.
And he's wearing pants.
Well, and at one point he puts on a button-down shirt to go out, because when he is transforming, he's wearing a wife beater, and then when you see him walking through the woods, he's wearing a button-down shirt. And I'm like, what the fuck? He actually put on clothes to go outside. Yeah. Obviously, he didn't. Right? There's just that lack of continuity there that is hilarious.
Yeah, he like turns into a wolf, looks in the mirror, goes, "Wow, this hair looks cool. Let me put my shirt on and get outside." And...
Yeah, I'm a little underdressed. I think there's a chill tonight. I should wear long sleeves.
I'm gonna go out there on my tippy toes and do my thing.
Do it, Wolfman. Do it.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that, before we get to the actual story, that whole Wolfman costume, man, that took 6 hours to put on and 3 hours to get off. And Lon Chaney hated Jack Pierce. Like, there's pictures on the internet of Chaney looking at Pierce out of the corner of his eye with his fist ready to punch. You know, and Jack Pierce is right there. Like, he hated it, man. It was like a nightmare for him to be in that makeup. Just horrible. And Lon Chaney Jr. is the son of Lon Chaney, who was the man of 1,000 faces, a horror legend, the guy who died right before he should have shot Dracula.
Right.
Lon Chaney had to wait for his father to die to even start acting, because his dad was completely against it.
Ah.
Yeah, he just wanted him to be like some guy who works. I forgot
a shoe salesman.
I think he was selling shoes before that.
Really?
But yeah, no. But no. Lon Chaney has really deep-rooted father issues, like major father issues in his life, and it's weird that in this story, the whole plot is that Larry comes home after, what was it? Would they say 15 years? He's been away. And he only came back because his brother died, and his brother is younger than him, but his brother was going to be left the whole estate.
That's fucked.
Yeah, so he took off, and then now he's going to get the estate because there's no one else to leave it to.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a real, and there's a lot of parallels between Lon Chaney's real life and this character.
Right.
Just from father things alone, you know.
Yep.
But, I don't know. So, Dan, what did you think of this movie overall?
Dude, I like this one.
Yeah?
Out of all of them, yeah, I dug it, dude. I really dug it. This is one of them that I might actually watch again. I know, dude. The slow clap. Thank you. I'll be here all night. No, but I don't know.
Well,
I
good.
just
You can stay.
Glad to hear it, man.
Thank you, guys.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, no, I just I did like the costume too. I mean, all those costumes were cheesy on some level, I mean, especially what we see now and shit like that. But I don't know, dude. You know what? It was hard because I was trying to articulate why I liked it, and I have yet to put my finger on it because by this point we've seen a few of these movies. Well, I'm sorry, I've seen a few of these movies and for the first time, mind you. And I'm kind of getting used to the old school style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're getting in the zone.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm into it now. And this one, I don't know, man. Like, I really just liked the story, and the characters were good. And I don't know. I just dug it. I just dug it. I think Bride of Frankenstein was a great flick, I thought, too. But it was just like, whatever, there's something about it. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about this flick, so...
I can tell you what it is. It's
No, you can't.
Dude, it comes through in the character. Like it's same thing that made Psycho so special, same thing that makes this special. Unfortunately, should have made Dracula special, but just didn't. Even though that guy had sort of the same thing going. But when the real inner workings of someone, like their depth to the pits that we'll never really see on the surface, when they could come through when interpreting a character, there's some kind of thing that goes on with the human psyche, I think, and we
it clicks.
Yeah, you click with that because it's something you don't get from everybody else, because not many people can show that side, and not many people are willing to. So when you see something that brings that out, that is in their deepest,
in their cerebellum,
yeah, that is gonna click.
But I'll say this too, in terms of making movies out of exactly what you're talking about, it's like, I was thinking about this, dude, because we watch tons of movies. It's kind of a lost art form here. I mean, telling that kind of story, exactly what we're talking about like that, they don't do that much. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking character development and having those parallels, or not parallels, but, those things in common with each other and shit like that. Like, you don't see that often. You do see it, but it's almost like, oh wow, like that's real, like all the shit that you can't connect with because it's such an old flick, and it feels like it's distant or whatever. That I can connect with, and it's almost like, oh wow, like this is fucking solid.
Yeah, and Jamie, you love this, right? Isn't this one of your favorites of the classics?
Yes, it's the only. And remember when we were talking about Bride, and I said there was one other one that gets a 5, and
this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Good.
This is the other one. Because for obvious reasons. I mean, I guess everyone would expect me to like this one.
Oh, right. Liking it.
To be liking it.
Wow. It's that one. Dude.
Oh, I'm so glad I put his stuff in your intro music then.
Yes, I am too. There are just things going on here that beyond the fact that it's, a wolf. I really like the way the characters interact. I like the story. I like the emotions that are going on here. And I just really like Larry Talbot as a character. He breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I'm really attracted to him. And I don't know if there's something about him. There's just his delivery.
There's a warmth.
There really is. And it's touching. And whenever he's with Gwen, you can see it. Mm-hmm. And it's very endearing and very charming. I love it. So I get really wrapped up in these characters. And I really don't... This one makes me sad when it ends.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's why I liked it, too. It was... Yeah. This shit was solid, dude. I'm so glad you like it, Jamie. With you just talking about it, I was thinking, really, because, like, I have no basis on, like, how to look at these movies other than this is the first time I've seen it, and, this is what you get. It was from a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least with Halloween, like, everybody loves Halloween. Dude, you gotta check this out. But, like, and I know people like these movies or whatever, but I was kind of going into all these movies blind, and hearing you that, say that you love this one the most, and this is definitely my favorite. I feel a little better now.
Aww. Wow, I just validated you.
Validation, bitches.
Dude, this movie has levels like Psycho does with me, dude. Like, it's really deep. I actually own the silver cane that he had in that movie. Not the real one, of course. A replica.
What?
Yeah, and mine's made of real silver. And I got it. It's right next to me. Look, see? I'm holding it up.
That's where you're swinging that thing.
Oh, sorry. You're too close. I told you. Well, no, you know what? Come back. Yeah, this was the first tattoo I was ever contemplating on getting. When Larry gets bit on his chest, it heals up right away because he's a werewolf now, and it heals right away. And then it left supposedly a scar of a pentagram on his chest. So what I wanted to do, this movie means so much, and his character actually means so much to me that I want to get a tattoo in that same spot that he showed where the bite would be. And it would be like a wolf's, what it would look like if a wolf tore into you, but the blood drippings and the way the bite would look, it would be almost shaped loosely like a pentagram. Like the way the blood splattered, it would like almost form that. You know what I mean?
Oh, we know. That's fucked. That's some badass shit. I think it's crazy that you would get that tattoo over something Psycho related.
Well, I'm going for both, actually. I can't think of what I could possibly get with Psycho, though.
Well, and then there's that other thing where, as cool as those things are, me and you have the same view on tattoos.
Right. Like, what if one day I don't feel like having that on me?
Whoa, you guys don't like tattoos?
Is it? Well, no.
It's the commitment.
Do I love it enough to get it on my body? And every time it's no. It's no. Because you know how people say I wear my heart on my sleeve and shit like that? Fuck, you guys know I talk about this shit enough. Can you imagine if I had a fucking ghost face tattoo on me, dude?
Oh, that's so corny, dude.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, though. It's like I talk about it enough, right, and people want me to shut the fuck up about it, and then I got a tattoo of it. It's like I don't need to have it on my body. That's just my personal view.
It would be like you're making a parody of yourself in a way. Like you'd be the guy, oh yeah, man, I'm really into Scream. Check this out, man. And you like fucking turn your leg around, it's on the back of your calf, and you're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like it's just so cool. Like I just can't imagine that, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not putting down people who have these tattoos. That's cool. I'm just saying, the way we feel about it is just, I would do the one on the chest because it's very vague. You know, you clearly have to explain what the fuck is on your chest, dude.
I heard Scream described in the greatest way the other day. I was on another podcast, and this chick goes, she was English, she goes, Scream is so meta, it is now fucking itself in the ass.
What the...
I just thought it was perfect, dude. It was just so perfect. I was like, wow. I was like, that's so thought-provoking. It's true.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, so this movie, like Jamie is into, it's about lycanthropes. You know, Larry comes home. We get some nice fake green screen of him driving to the castle.
Oh, God, I love it.
As soon as that came on, we were like, where are we going with this?
That's like the Pulp Fiction green screen when Butch fucking wins the fight.
And it's just so weird, dude. He drives over, and then it turns out his father gave birth to a kid twice the size of him. I would love to see the mother.
Fucking man-child. Fucking baby Huey.
Yeah. Actually, here's another weird thing about this movie. Larry is supposed to be a guy who was just sent from America or he's just an American who came to England or wherever that is, just to fix Sir John's telescope. And he meets Gwen the same way and goes to that thing and gets bit. This was not supposed to be his son.
Oh, I see.
And Kurt Sidomak wrote this. And
well, I mean, he is American. You know, I mean, he's got the mannerisms and the...
He says cop.
Accent, and I mean, he's American. And I guess, what did you say? It was 15 years that he was gone? Is that right?
He's been gone for like 15 or 18 years. Definitely one
I
of
just
those
always felt like there's really very little remaining of where he came from in a short period of time.
You think that's short?
It's Well, relatively, yeah. I mean, I've been away from home for longer than that, and I haven't changed that much. Of course, I didn't move to another country either, but
Right.
I don't know. He just seems very, very American, you know.
He's like 35,
Doesn't
and
fit.
he probably left at 18. So, you know. Sometimes when you leave at 18 and you're amongst peers, you want to fit in, you kind of just pick up on their things right away. I don't know. So, real quick, let's get this storyline. Upon his death of his brother, Larry Talbot returns home from America to his ancestral home in Wales. He visits a gypsy camp with village girl Jenny Williams, who is attacked by Bella, the gypsy, and
bitten on the throat.
Ooh, yeah, she's not going to become a werewolf.
But I mean, everyone else gets choked, and they actually mention, or they actually say, "Oh, she was bitten on the throat," and I'm like, "Bitten? Why don't we get to see that?"
Yeah, right.
You know why he bit her on the throat? Because he still thinks he's playing Dracula.
He was confused.
Maybe
he was trying to dig out her broken neck bone.
Yeah, for his next movie. Oh no, he already did that movie actually. I had the next one.
If somebody pisses me off, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna bite you in the fucking throat. It sounds so ruthless.
Yeah. So before we gloss over that, Bela Lugosi, Dracula, and Igor, we talked about. He is now.
Igor.
They decided not to give him a new name. They just said, call him Bella.
Yeah.
His name is Bella. He's a werewolf. He's the first werewolf. And Patrick Knowles is Frank Andrews. That's important. That's very important when we talk about the next movie. And it's also just as important that Ralph Bellamy is Colonel Montford in this movie.
Bill Bellamy?
So after Bella bites this girl who's hanging out with Larry and Gwen, Larry goes to kill the werewolf, but he's bitten during the fight on the chest. Bella's mother tells him that this will cause him to become a werewolf at each full moon. Larry confesses his plight to his unbelieving father, Sir John, who then joins the villagers in a hunt for the wolf, because he refuses to believe that Larry... She's like, come on, what are you, nuts? Come on, listen to what you're saying. This is not real. You're crazy. So they go hunting for the wolf. That's how much he does not believe him. But he does do one really touching thing at the end of the movie where he listens to Larry when Larry begs him to do something, and that was really cool. I like to see that, but we'll get there. But Larry, transformed by the full moon, which you never see in this movie, heads for the forest, and a fateful meeting with Sir John and Gwen in the big wrap-up. That's pretty much the plot. So, Larry's with the telescope. He sees Gwen. Now, here's the thing. Now, that's cool. You see Gwen in the telescope. You go, okay, go to her shop, Cunliffe Jewelers or whatever it is. Antiques. But do you really hit on a girl by saying you have these earrings up in your bedroom on your dressing table drawer?
Yeah, that ain't gonna creep her out. Well, apparently that worked in 1941. That's the sort of that's the sort of back and forth noirish thing that you'd expect from something made in that time period. You can also hear in the dialogue, like in the cadence of the dialogue, it's very...
I got a question, though, for you guys. Now, the way people are portrayed in these movies, did people really talk like that back then? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, are they just duplicating, like, real life? Like, so they're not really technically... Because, see, I think my personal view is that they had not a warped perception, but a just naive perception of what acting is. Because I don't see people acting like that in the 30s, 20s, whenever. You know what I mean? But then again, what the fuck do I know? I just think it's so over the top that it's like...
it totally is. It totally is. And that comes from a lot of the, like, being... Well, transitioning, for one, from silent film into... Right. This was a while before this, but still transitioning from silent film into talkies. Then, whereas in silent films, your movements were exaggerated. Everything had to be exaggerated because you had to carry it with nothing but expression and body language. Well, then there was this really awkward period where people were just like flailing all over the place in movies.
Right.
Even though you could hear them, it was the acting style was still very similar.
Right.
Yeah.
And the delivery is weird at times, and I think it's all just a product of that. as far as like how people talked, the slang was there. The slang was the same.
So here, I'll just play. So, he hits on Gwen. He goes into her shop, just going in there to buy anything, really, to hit on her. So then he finds the cane that I have. And so here's, just play a little clip so you can actually hear them acting and when they meet. And then she tells him about the actual legend of werewolves. So.
Well, there's one. Make a good putter.
Yes, it would.
That's funny. Another dog.
No, that's a wolf.
A wolf?
Mm-hmm.
A wolf and a star. What does that mean?
I thought you said you were psychic.
Oh, I am. But this is only wood and silver, and it hasn't blue eyes.
Well, that stick is priced at £3.
3 pounds? $15 for an old stick?
Well, that's a very rare piece. It shows the wolf and the pentagram, the sign of the werewolf.
Werewolf? What's that?
Well, that's a human being who at certain times of the year changes into a wolf.
You mean runs around on all fours and bites and snaps and bays at the moon?
Oh, even worse than that sometimes.
What big eyes you have, Grandma.
Little Red Riding Hood was a werewolf story. Of course, there have been many others. There's an old poem. Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
Yes, but what's this pentagram business?
Every werewolf is marked with that and sees it in the palm of his next victim's hand.
Look, lady, if you're trying to scare me out of here, you're not getting very far. I'll take the cane.
Please tell me, have you ever seen me before?
Of course. How do you suppose I knew about the earrings?
I can't remember ever.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a little walk tonight, then we'll talk it over.
This guy's the funniest way of hitting on chicks.
I know, he's just like, trust me, baby. I got this. I love this fucking movie, though. Just listening to that, dude, it just, wow. I saw this like a week ago, dude, and I love this fucking movie.
I do too. And
it's so good!
It made me want to watch it again.
Yeah,
just listening to that exchange.
Yeah.
Because I love Gwen. No one ever talks about her, really. And she's just sort of, to a lot of people, they don't even pay, I'm sure they don't even pay attention to her. She's just like the throwaway female lead, But I really like her. And I wish she got a little bit more credit because
Well, I think people know Evelyn Ankers pretty well. I mean, I see her get a lot of credit for.
She does, yes. I'm just talking specifically about Gwen, like the character of Gwen. I just really like her as a character.
Let's talk about her character. She's going to be married with the dude, the gamekeeper of Larry's. See, that's interesting too, because it's like Larry's going to he's going to own the whole estate when his dad dies, and this guy is just a piece of shit gamekeeper. He fucking runs around with dogs and geese and shit. Like and Larry owns the shit. So it's like she's gonna be married with like a lesser guy on the food chain, like Danny Trejo says, and now she's running with the big dog, and that's kind of bad. That's like she's a badass in a way. Like she's essentially cheating on it. She's going out with another guy that she just met. And she's going to be married. And it's funny because when all this happens, so she goes out, let's just, real quick, she goes out, Bella reads their palms. And it's funny, too, Bela Lugosi's sitting there. And, they all go out at night after he just does that right now. He hits on her, invites her to go out. They all go, get their fortunes told, or they're gonna. And Bela Lugosi is sitting there reading Jenny Williams' palm. And saying, your right hand tells your past, your left hand tells your future. Meanwhile, dude, you've been a werewolf for how long now? I mean, it's pretty established. Don't you know a full moon? Like you're like 5 minutes from turning, and you're open for business. You're reading people's hands. Like, did you ever think like, hey, maybe I'll take off the afternoon and get prepared to not kill people? Because I know what I'm going to do. And it's funny, too, because once he bites Larry, and Larry becomes a wolf, Maliva tells him, and it's established, she knows, she saw the scar, she tells everybody, and they all like they dip, and it's like, and they're all scattering around, and Larry goes, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "There's a werewolf on camp." And it's like, dude, you've had a fucking werewolf on camp, and you all hung out then. What's the difference if it's me? Like, there's just some things that are weird about that.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
But, you know, we talked about how Bella was a dog and the reason why this is, I guess we could talk now. Yeah, so they come back, you know, Jenny Williams gets killed by the wolf. Larry gets bitten, his coat's torn to shreds. They come in, it's a whole big thing. And you would think that, like, after all that happened, that she'd be caught being, like, you know, like when you're out with your ex-girlfriend in her car and then she gets in a car accident, you're not supposed to be with her, then all of a sudden your girlfriend picks you up at the hospital, where were you? Oh, I was in a car with, oh, so you were with her, what are you doing with her? Like, none of that happens. This dude, the gamekeeper, doesn't seem to care that she's out with another guy. He's like a pussy.
No, he's a gentleman. He's not going to just walk in and punch him in the face. He walks in and introduces himself, and he kind of lays claim. He stands next to her and puts his arm around her, and he's like, you know, that's his subtle, gentlemanly way of saying, you know, this is mine.
Don't fuck with my shit, homie.
I don't know. He kind of seems like the, what was the movie we just did?
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
He's the Freddie Prinze Jr.
Barry, stop. Please don't beat my girlfriend, Barry.
At J Courthouse. So, yeah, man. That's just interesting.
Yeah, it is. I know what you're saying, though.
So the gypsy, you know, here's what I think is really cool, guys. What do you think about this? It kind of adds validity. I know this is all storytelling, but doesn't it kind of add validity to the gypsy's character when Larry's at the fair and then he just goes to leave. He's just not comfortable in that setting after all that happened. He was bitten. The girl's dead. He's blamed for killing Bella because after he kills Bella with the cane, Bella freaking turns back into a goddamn person. So Larry looks crazy. So they think he murdered the dude by accident, but still he murdered him. So it's kind of messing with his head. He goes to take off out of the fair, and then all of a sudden Gwen's boyfriend stops him and says, "Hey, let's shoot at the targets." And that was a touching scene in a way, if you care about Larry, because he was obviously bothered by that wolf.
No, I like that scene. I know exactly what you're talking about. I dug it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you see his father just observing him. He's like, he's high-strung, that long trip. No, it's not the long trip, bro. It's that he just fucking clubbed the dude over the head.
Exactly. Yeah. You're missing some important facts here, buddy.
The long trip. He probably forgot even how he thought he lived there for years at this point.
He's tired from the long trip.
That guy stops him from leaving, and then they shoot the targets. And then when the gypsy catches up with him, she goes, "I expected you sooner." So she sensed that he truly was coming there, and then he was interrupted. So it messed with her thing. So it actually made you feel like, wow, this chick's for real, man.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird, but...
No, I know what you're saying. I feel you.
Yeah. So here's where she tells Larry, here's where she gives him the lowdown on his future.
You killed the wolf.
Well, there's no crime in that, is there?
The wolf was Bela.
You think I don't know the difference between a wolf and a man?
Bela became a wolf, and you killed him. A werewolf can be killed only with a silver bullet, or a silver knife, or a stick with a silver handle.
You're insane. I tell you, I killed a wolf, a plain, ordinary wolf.
Take this charm, the pentagram, the sign of the wolf. It can break the evil spell.
Evil spell. Pentagram. Wolfbane. Oh, I'm sick of the whole thing. I'm going to get out of here.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Oh, quit handing me that. You're just wasting your time.
The wolf bit you, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Wear this charm over your heart always.
All right, I'll take it. What's it worth to you? I'll give you...
to show me the wound?
What?
Do you dare to show me the wound? Go now. And heaven help you.
Now, Jamie, she had this charm with her. Why didn't she offer this charm to her son Bella when he was a wolf to help him?
Did he not have it? I thought that... I was thinking that he did have it.
Well, I don't know.
I could be wrong. I could have just made that up. But
it's supposed to protect him.
He probably sold it for weed. She's like, my son, he is a pothead. He doesn't understand the significance of this, but you will.
He thinks he's Dracula.
You know,
when did Reefer Madness come out? 39, right?
Like 36, I thought.
36? Okay.
Something like that. Or yours. Whenever I hear her say the line about, whoever's bitten by a werewolf and lives, it just immediately takes me back to The Howling, which is the first time I ever heard that, because I saw The Howling many years before I ever saw the Wolfman.
I love The Howling!
And, as you should.
I have the Blu-ray.
Anyway, so it always takes me back to that movie immediately, because they use that scene in that movie. And anyway, I just so that line in particular is just, whenever I hear it, I get chills. And even though her delivery is practically emotionless.
You know where she learned that from? Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Let's do both their lines. Here, ready, Jamie? You do hers and I'll do his. Ready? First, here's Dracula. I've chartered a ship. It's going to leave tomorrow evening. All right, now do hers.
Whoever is bitten by
That's too fast. Too fast.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Don't try to get out of this one.
And there's that little quivering, too, where she's like, whoever is...
Yeah!
I think that's because she's old. But whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
That was good.
Well, yeah, that was great. But you see, the reason she gave that delivery is because she's saying it like it's almost like you have no choice. Just get in the car. We have a gun to your head. It's over. Like she's saying, whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself. You have to deal with this.
The rules.
Yeah, like that's the way she presented it. Like you have to deal with this. Like that's how you would tell somebody, dude. As a matter of fact, man, whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives, and that's what she was doing, but in her old creepy way. And it's funny that you mentioned her age because although she played Bela Lugosi's mother in this movie, in reality, she was only 6 years older than Bela Lugosi.
Creepy.
Man, have you ever seen Thinner? You can't ever tell about those gypsy people.
I seen it, and I know, yeah. She
don't feel like 180 years old. You don't.
Say what you will, Gypsy. You ever see Borat? I love that movie.
No.
Oh my God, dude, he's all about the gypsies. Yeah. He hates them.
And when he double. When he kills that wolf, that's actually Lon Chaney Jr.'s dog.
Really?
Yeah, he just he adopted that dog or something like that. And there's plenty of pictures. I think I posted one. If you ever saw the picture of the Wolfman with the dog he's laying on, I put it on my Facebook. It's his own German Shepherd. He would do that. Dog was everything to him, and that dog was in this movie. It was in The Ghost of Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
It was he puts that dog in all his movies. Yeah, like they were like best buds, dude. And like Lon Chaney Jr. is such a complex, deep guy. Like when he would always like between breaks in the movie and stuff, he would buy kids ice cream like who were around the movie set, but he had dark sides to him because the whole father thing. Like he was a really bad alcoholic, like super bad, and it was so bad to the point where when he was on set, he told the director straight up, "Get what you can, get it out of me by 10 a.m. because after that I can't promise you anything."
Oh, shit.
Like, he's straight up, by 12 o'clock, the dude is 3 sheets to the wind. Like, he was really a drinker. And what he used to do was, he would drink, and he would
My father was a drinker. Sorry.
he would get in a. He had a buddy he hung out with, like a big guy on set. They were like friends, and they would get in the trailer and just move all the furniture to the walls, and they would beat the shit out of each other. Like that's what they did for fun, dude.
Oh, like drunken fighting?
Like Fight Club, yeah. Like
I do that all the time with my buddies. We go slap for slap when we're drunk. We just slap.
Slap boxing?
Yeah. That's just fun, dude. It's fun. It's not the greatest idea, but dude, it seems so perfect when you're drunk as fuck.
It does seem like everything seems like a good idea.
It's not the greatest idea.
It's not, dude. You know it's not, and you know it's gonna hurt the next day. But yeah. My buddy broke one of my other buddy's arms, dude, doing that. That kid that we had on, that Daniel Harris, to test the Skype last night, Alex? Yeah, same thing.
Graham?
He broke my buddy's arm.
Graham.
Because they were drunk battling.
Yeah. All right, so the Wolfman, like Jamie said, he goes ahead, he turns into a wolf and a wife beater, he puts a shirt on, goes outside. First guy he kills is a grave digger, so many a grave he's dug for others, now they'll be digging one for him.
Was it the same gravedigger from Halloween?
Judith Myers.
That was good.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off I don't get to hear the end of that story.
You know, everybody talks about that. On that retrospective, they said, Dave said, didn't you always want to hear the end of that story?
Yes, of course I did.
What did Charlie Bones do with a hacksaw exactly? Because I can't imagine unless they actually finish it out. Well, speaking of that Charlie Bones gravedigger thing, I actually, when Rob Zombie was casting for the Halloween remake, I figured that it was going to be like the Psycho remake, and he was going to do it, you know, scene for scene.
And you were going to beat out Sid Haig?
Well, I was going for the role of the gravekeeper.
Right, Sid Haig.
It's funny that you say that, yeah. So I actually, I got a camera, and you're supposed to submit your tapes. So I sat there, I walked through a graveyard, and this is what I submitted to them. This was me auditioning for the role of Charlie, the gravekeeper who told the Charlie Bones story. Well, Charlie Bones, about 15 years ago, one night he finished dinner, and he excused himself from the table. Yeah. Well, so then he went outside and got himself a hacksaw. What do you think?
Wait, first of all, was that your Boston accent I heard? Starting off, was that your attempt at a New York Boston accent?
I don't know, let me see. Well, Charlie Bones, about 15 years ago, one night he finished dinner.
He said years ago.
He excused himself from the table. I might as well have said Maki.
You sounded like fucking
like fucking
Leonardo in
Shutter Island.
Yes.
Finished dinner, and he excused
or like
himself
Tate
from the
from American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah,
I sound like a taint.
No.
That too, actually.
You sound like the space between balls and an asshole. He excused himself from the table. Yeah. Well, so then he went outside and got himself a hacksaw. See, now Rob Zombie said, "I appreciate your submission, but I think you're interpreting the humor of the story a little off." So he just didn't.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, I thought I was giving a modern interpretation of that whole thing. No,
that was spot on, except for the creepy laugh.
Well, that's what he did.
But I think you laughed a little much. I mean,
I'm saying yours is way more creepier.
You think?
Yes, I do. I know.
Wait, dude, one more time. Tell me what's wrong with that. Well, Charlie Bones, about 15 years ago, one night he finished dinner, and he excused himself from the table. Yeah. Well, so then he went outside and got himself a hacksaw. Like I don't know. I just finished. That's how he was laughing, so I
know. Well, his was like his is like an uncomfortable laugh, and yours is like,
Like, I find it hilarious.
Like you're slapping your knee over there.
He excused himself from the table.
Or like a cartoon. Like, I picture you like in a straitjacket bouncing off the walls.
Like a cackling retard.
Okay, did you ever play Crash Bandicoot anything?
Yes!
Okay, do you know Ripperoo?
Yes!
Okay,
Yes.
Ripperoo. That's what I'm picturing. A little creature in a straitjacket, bouncing around, bouncing off the walls, going,
Jamie, I thought he found humor that he excused himself from the table. You see, the thing that's funny about...
Why is that funny?
It's the reason he laughed is because he's actually, it's like, can you believe how funny that is, that he excused himself from the table before he went into the garage for a hacksaw to come back and kill them? He thought that was funny. I mean, that is what he...
Well, I don't know. I really always saw it as more of an uncomfortable, ironic laughter. You know,
we can make a whole show out of the stuff between the Wolfman review.
Yeah, right.
But it's good. This movie even brings conversations. But here's what I think is fascinating about the Wolfman. The number one fascinating thing is that although all this stuff is happening, and this whole thing with Larry and Gwen, they continue to hang out with each other alone in the woods, in public. Like, you don't think the spotlight is on you after you murder a dude and a girl who was with you was murdered, and she's going to be married, and you're this new guy waltzing in here, and all these murders started happening when you showed up? And she doesn't care. She's like Tara from Sons of Anarchy. She doesn't care that Jax is killing people and all this chaos is going on. She's going to stay with him.
I think Tara cares, but she just knows there ain't shit she could do about it. There ain't nothing she could do about it.
Well, Jamie, so how do you feel about that character of Gwen? Like, is she stupid, or is she just so taken with this guy that she doesn't...
No, I think that he's the kind of guy that you could feel safe with, and she just wants to be with him. And I can totally see her not fearing anything when she's with him. I get that. Right.
That's how I feel when I'm with Dan.
That kind of guy doesn't exist as much anymore. But they are out there.
He's right next to you, Jamie.
Fuck y'all.
Are you kidding me? You would trip me and run in the other direction to get away from the monster.
Oh, Dan, she told you.
No, that's what would happen.
No, stop. So.
No, I know. Alex would tie meat around my neck before we went walking through the woods.
Jamie, let's go. You stand in front. Like, I would totally be the guy from Friday 13th Part 7 with Tina's mom or whatever. How he held her.
You'd be like Freddie Prinze Jr. You'd be like, Wolfman, stop. Please.
Stop it. Come on. Come on.
I understand your pain.
So here's some what the F moments. There are some what the F moments in this movie, and one of them is, they're hunting the wolf who killed the graveyard guy, the gravedigger, and they talk about these wolf tracks, and they're like, well, these are wolf tracks, clearly. And then one guy goes, I think I'm going to send them to the university to have them cast and examine. And he goes, they'll laugh you right out of there. It's clearly wolf tracks. Now, okay. We've seen the difference between a normal wolf, which was just a German Shepherd, but whatever, to a man who turns into a wolf and walks on his tippy toes. Now, what I want to know is, how in the world do you look at Lon Chaney Jr.'s wolf tracks and just say that's a regular dog's foot?
Clearly, it's bigger. Right.
It's a 225-pound guy,
right?
Who's 6'4", whose feet transformed into an animal's feet, from half human and half animal. How are those wolf prints?
Alex, did you hear about did you see the new Bigfoot footage, dude?
There's more?
Oh my god, dude, it's been all over the fucking internet, dude. Everybody's going crazy about it. I gotta send it to you.
Really?
Yeah, it's legit, dude.
Who's the Robert Patterson? Did he film it or no?
Robert Pattinson. That one.
I don't know.
Yeah, but no, you gotta check that out, dude, for sure. You especially will love that shit, dude. It's fucking boss, dude.
Definitely.
It's everything that I expected Bigfoot to be.
Cool.
Yeah,
Great.
that is.
Cool. Yeah, me and Jason Lloyd are looking. We said it's easier to find Bigfoot than it is a good Bigfoot movie.
This is that's very true. That's very true.
The Wolfman is clearly a murderer, and he's a monster. But this movie, it's built to make you have empathy for him. You're never... I mean, this is supposed to be a horror... And I'm not putting it down when I say this. This is supposed to be a scary horror. This is a monster movie, a monster. And it's about a guy who is attacked, and he's cursed now, and he gets caught in traps, and you feel bad for him, and you're glad when he gets away, when the people come over, and they're like, hey, who are you? He's like, I'm doing the same thing as you, looking for the wolf. And then he has that whole scene on the stairs with his father. This is geared to make you feel incredibly sorry for this guy and love him.
Right.
Like, what do you think of that dynamic? That we're supposed to be going to the movies to get scared, but you can't not love this guy.
Well, I think it's an early incarnation of things we've seen over and over again about loving the villains. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because those are the type of movies that really work. I mean, well, I know there's tons and tons of examples, but I mean, look at Devil's Rejects. Those are the worst of the worst fucking scumbaggy people.
Right.
But we care about them when they die at the end, when they blast Freebird, you know? So it's like, it's all the same shit, you know what I mean? But that, I mean, going back to these days, dude, that was a great fucking way to go about it, I thought, you know? And honestly, I mean, if you really look at it, dude, isn't this technically the template for everything that came after? I mean, this is the fucking bee's knees.
Yeah.
I always appreciate a story that can give me conflicting emotions and make my heart argue with my head or whatever. I mean, if you can engage me like that on that many emotional levels, then I think you're doing a great job. And
right.
This is a very simple, straightforward film. There aren't a lot of elaborate sets. You know, it takes place in a few key areas, and it's just laid out. You know, it's just bam, 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 bam. It's very simple, but at the same time, it manages to work in very subtly these emotional changes that then get you without you even realizing it.
Mm-hmm. And here's the scene that did it for me. I actually, I know this is weird, but I got choked up watching this the last time because I have a lot of similarities with Larry Talbot, and this guy this is perfect. Just everything.
What do you wax a lot or something? Or?
You're so stupid, dude. No, I chase cars.
I'm like a dog. I have to talk.
Here's the scene that really... This scene's important because what it does is, we see that this is happening. We know it's true. We know that the world won't believe us. We become Larry Talbot. So when he confronts his dad, the one person... Because the dad's lovable in a lot of ways, and the one person you really want on your side, and you see that he loves Larry. You see that he wants the best for him, and he cares. So it's very important to us that Sir John believes him. That's where the power in this scene lies. So here it is.
I've got to get away from here. Baylor the gypsy was a werewolf. I killed him with that silver cane. I was bitten. Look. The pentagram.
That scar could be made by most any animal.
Yes, but it's the sign of the werewolf. They say that he can see it in the palm of the hand of his next victim.
That's hard to believe.
I saw it. Tonight, in Gwen's hand.
Larry. How can I help you get rid of this fear, this mental quagmire you've got yourself into? What can I say to you?
You don't understand. You think I'm insane. Why... What was that?
Well, that's Paul Munford and the men. They caught nothing in the traps, and now they're going to hunt the wolf.
They're out hunting for me.
Stop it! Stop it! You can't run away.
That's it. That's what she said. I was bitten.
That's so sweet.
Which reminds me, there's a comedic moment later on with him where they're talking about when he's explaining lycanthropy, and he says it's all Greek to me, and he's like,
"Well, it is Greek.
It is Greek."
Yeah. You know what that reminded me of too, and I don't know if it was like a reference to this, but in Silver Bullet, Jamie, I don't know, and Alex, you've seen Silver Bullet, right?
You know what, dude? Once, like 10 years ago, I don't remember.
Oh, it's incredible, dude. Do you know this? Because they're looking for me. He doesn't talk about it, but remember that scene where the priest is trying to hold back all the drunks at the bar? You know what I mean? And he's just like, no, don't go, because they're basically going out to kill him, or he's going to kill them, rather.
Right.
Oh, dude, that's what I thought of when I saw that, and I just heard that again. That's all I could think of. Silver Bullet, it's my favorite werewolf movie ever.
Really? A lot of people say that.
Kidding me, dude? Silver Bullet? Dude, okay, Silver Bullet is fucking... Dude, that scarred me. I told you, dude, I said this earlier. That is probably one of the only movies that seriously fucked with me, dude. And it is just... It's scary beyond belief, dude.
But isn't Corey Feldman in that?
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim.
Oh, Corey Haim, yeah.
And Gary Busey, dude.
Hey, Utah, give me 2.
You need... No. Hold on. You need to see
Punk,
this movie.
quarterback punk.
It's beyond sketchy, dude. I love the fuck out of Silver Bullet.
Is that what you say to your girlfriend? Honey, I love the fuck out of you.
I love fucking you guys.
I love fucking you guys. Yo. Jake. Pat. So here's the touching moment. After that scene, they go hunting. Larry says, the only thing he could do is, I should have pulled more of a clip, but I'm a moron. He said, you should lock me up. That's what I want. And he faces him to the window. And here's the touching moment I talked about earlier. The one thing he wanted his dad to do. He didn't believe him. Okay, fine. I understand you don't believe me. But just take that cane with you. Okay, when you go out there, just take it with you. Well, why? Just do it, please. And he's like, all right. And he takes it. And that is, to us, we couldn't get him to believe us when we try to tell him what's really happening. So it's almost like we didn't win the war, but we won this battle, and that battle could be enough. It's all we've got.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it, and obviously it was the turning point. Their relationship, because you just... But yeah, so I mean, he goes out there. The hunt's on. He breaks out, and his dad he attacks Gwen. And here's an interesting story about that. There's so much mist in these woods. The design of the woods is really intricate, and they painted the trees so there's more glistening on them. They always had fog and mist through the woods, which
I love that shit.
It's funny. You don't see that in real life often. I really have never seen it, but
no, fuck no.
Yeah, but it works.
It works. Yeah, it's just, whatever. We just buy it. Whatever.
Hey.
Okay.
So Evelyn Ankers, in an interview, like later on, many years later, she recalls that, in that part when Larry attacked her, she was dropped by him, and she fainted. And she had to stay on the floor until the fight between Larry and his dad was over. And she was there so long that the low-hanging chemical fog that was, used as the fog to all that, it made her pass out.
Really?
Yeah, because it was chemicals. And when the take was over, the whole crew just started rearranging cameras and setting the lights for the next take, and no one noticed.
Oh, she was in the fog, fucking passed out?
She never came up, and
Oh my god.
yeah, and finally someone on the crew just realized that she was missing, and she was pulled up and revived.
Where was the best boy on that one?
Best boy grip.
Yeah, where's the grip on that one? Jesus.
Maybe that's the hero.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? I mean, somebody had to find. Wow. That's crazy, dude.
Yep. So it was a very parallel ending, the same way Larry killed Bella. Larry's father killed Larry. So that was because even the angle that Larry had the cane, he was on the right side of the screen hitting the wolf to the left, and the father was on the left side hitting the wolf to the right. So it was like if you were ever to make a video, you would, of course, do one side, then you have the other one, and it's like symbolic, you know. Right. And he killed him with his own cane.
Your cane.
My cane. It's actually the same one. No. So yeah, he kills him, and the heartbreaking ending is when he turns back into Larry in front of his father's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he realizes it was all true, and what have I done?
Yeah. Solid flick, dude. I see. That's why I like it, man. It's full of emotion. It's full of, cheesiness. I mean, I know some people don't see it that way, but it's all fucking cheesy. All these movies are cheesy in my eyes. I say it's cheesy, but it was probably revolutionary back then. Of course it was. But I mean, every aspect of this movie, dude, was just great for me. I mean, listen, dude, between the character development and then just with everything, dude, even like the makeup. Okay, so Wolfman, he literally looks exactly like 50-50 a wolf and a man, correct? Like, it's not like a wolf, like this guy turns into a wolf. Like, he has his same eyes still, and he still has humanity and shit like that. And I just can't get over that, dude. Like, there's something about this movie where I'm definitely going to watch this bitch again, for sure. For sure, dude. And there were so many aspects to it which I liked, and I want to watch it again just so I can kind of, flesh out my feelings about it and exactly why I like it and shit like that. Because I've only seen it once, and I know I like it.
It's a damn shame.
Sometimes you like it, though, and you don't know exactly why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to watch it again, dude. There are a lot of things in this movie,
I think
kind of like, it's the same thing, he kind of looked like Teen Wolf.
Yeah, right.
No, but seriously, he did. Right?
I'm doing something in here.
But he's the same type.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, like he's still a human, but he's just hairy.
Which do you find scarier?
Silver Bullet.
Okay. Oh, good for you. You like bipedal werewolves.
Oh God, that movie's so sketchy.
How
Jamie, you sell Alex on Silver Bullet. I love the shit out of that movie, and it's one of the only ones that I told Bill Moseley the only people that have ever fucked with me is his character and then the fucking dude in this movie. It's just such a weird movie too.
I bet you Bill still remembers that. No, I haven't. I'll watch it. I did see. I just don't. I remember somebody in a wheelchair. That's about it.
Yeah, he had the fucking ill wheelchair, dude. Gary Busey souped it up for him and shit.
Yeah, I will, I promise.
Awesome movie, dude.
But I think, Dan, what you're going to discover along this journey you're taking into the Universal Classic Monster movies is that you're going to find out what you like about this movie. I think it's going to be Lon Chaney Jr.
No, I already know that for sure. I just want to see it again and kind of flesh it all out. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's my boy, man.
Man, this is my favorite movie out of all of them that we've seen so far. It's
cool.
And I know a lot of people I've talked to, before we recorded this and before we're doing this show. It's definitely a fan favorite. Like, a lot of people dig this shit, and they're not wrong.
No. The Lon Chaney Jr. was the only actor to ever play the Wolfman in all the Universal movies. As you could tell already from the next movie, it doesn't happen with Frankenstein. Sure as shit didn't happen with The Mummy. It didn't happen with Dracula. It didn't happen with Creature in Black Lagoon. It didn't happen with The Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm. It didn't really matter, I guess, with the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Although, well, mannerisms. You can still tell mannerisms, I guess. But
Ben Chapman only played him for the first one, and Rico.
Suave.
yeah, but as far as posing for the posters, it wouldn't matter.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
When it becomes his turn to stand back to back against with the female lead, and like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, right.
That was so random.
All right.
We talk about some people dying and stuff. Madame Ospinskaya, the gypsy of the movie, she died.
The gypsy of the movie.
Yeah, she died a horrible death. She was actually a chain smoker, and she would smoke when she was eating, swimming, laying in bed at night and stuff, like just constantly smoking, dude. Like, she, it would never end, and it was actually what led to her death in the worst way, man. She actually fell asleep with a cigarette in her mouth, and the whole room just went up in flames, dude. She suffered second and third degree burns and died like days later. Crazy, dude. You just wake up in fucking flames, dude. Like,
yeah, I know a couple people that have done that have taken drugs, and I'm watching them, and their cigarettes are just like the ash is bigger than the cigarette itself.
All right, well, so that's the Wolfman. How do you rate this? I think it's funny. We've been matching a lot. We gave Dracula all 3s. We gave Son of Frankenstein. We all gave a 2 to that then. So we matched 2 movies, and I think we're going 5s, right?
On this
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. This is we love this movie. So
I love this shit, dude. I'm gonna watch it again for sure before Halloween hits. This bitch is going on again. For sure.